Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. So today we do have a bit of a different topic. I wanted to talk to you about the notes of fragrances that can be a little bit tricky, especially if you're new to fragrances, new to buying fragrances, new to testing fragrances, or maybe you're not new, but you just want to explore more and maybe get into notes that you have never tested really. So here are the notes that I myself sometimes struggle with. So I just want to warn you that they can be a bit tricky, and obviously for you there might be totally different set of fragrances, of notes. I'm just talking about my personal feelings and my personal struggles. So if there's any note that you would like me to cover, just let me know down in the comments below. And all of the fragrances that I'm talking about, I'm gonna list down below in the comment, not in the comment, in the description section of this video. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first fragrance, which is well, the first note rather is rose. I've been struggling with rose all the time, all the way since my childhood. I've never loved roses. I don't think the rose is the most beautiful flower. You can disagree with me, it's your own right, but I don't think it's the best, it's the most beautiful, or it's the most fragrant. But with time, I kind of learned to appreciate some rose accords, and the rose that I kind of tolerate and I sometimes even like is your kind of white rose, almost aquatic, greener kind of rose. Sometimes I do enjoy pink roses or like red roses, but they should be balanced out with something sweet or something patchouli or something like sticky sweet, like blackcurrant, jam or something like that. So it should be, if it's a light rose it's fine by its own. If it's not a light rose, there should be something to you know to contrast it. So here is a fragrance that I have recently got. This is the gift from a lovely Katerina, and she is the owner and the creator of these fragrances. This is a fragrance Not a Morning Person by Katarina Velmenko, and I'm gonna link her site, her website as well. So it's a masterpiece of its own. It's such a beautiful fragrance, and it has a rose, a very very prominent rose, but it's balanced out with other notes that are equally as strong and equally as prominent as the rose here. So, and I think that Katerina did such a beautiful job with this fragrance, because even for a person that doesn't really like roses, I don't mind this rose. And as a notes here, kind of to balance out, we have black tea and tobacco and saffron and cedar and musk. So there's a lot of going on, and the rose is here. The rose, you can feel it, but then it doesn't really bother me. So this kind of fragrance, if you have something to balance out the fragrance that you don't like, the note that you don't like, or like to contrast it completely, then this fragrance and this note become, not just becomes tolerable, but actually becomes enjoyable. Second note is a milky note. And obviously when we're talking about a milky notes, the first thing that comes to mind is Bianco Latte by Giardini di Toscana, which is a fragrance that I've tried numerous times, and I had some samples of this brand. I don't really like it, and if you want a very beautiful lactonic scent, I wholeheartedly recommend you to go to another brand. It has a fragrance that is named Bianco Latte, but instead of written like Bianco Latte, like two words, they have Bianco Latte as one word, and they were actually, so it's Zero Molecule, and this is the fragrance, the original Bianco Latte. And then Giardini di Toscana kind of copied, the idea. So I don't have a full size of it. I do have a full size of another fragrance by this brand. So the packaging looks like that. The sample is like that. So it is a lactonic fragrance. It is very lactonic, very beautiful, and it is balanced out with salt. It is a bit of a salty fragrance. So, my struggle with lactonic fragrances is that it can be really overbearing, it can be really, really nauseatingly sweet. And this one isn't. And I actually like this one. It's not my profile of fragrance, not my type of fragrance, but I like it because it's balanced out with the salt. There's a pinch of salt, so it's not as sweet, and it actually very, very pleasant. So pay attention and try Bianco Latte of Zero Molecule instead of Bianco Latte Giardini di Toscana. I like it much, much more than Giardini di Toscana. Second one, a third one, sorry. The third fragrance would be it's a note that I have been struggling with for such a long time, and this is oud. So oud basically is a type of wood that has been like contaminated with bacteria, and it's rotting, it's like macerating, and then we have this smell of it, the typical smell of oud. Anyway, we have here the Oud Amazing by Montal, and I still have the older packaging of this fragrance. Why I like it? We have oud, but it's not a main actor in this fragrance. And my suggestion to you, my advice to you would be to pick oud, but then pick also fragrance that has the notes that you love, not just like that you love. So in this fragrance, in this Oud Amazing, we have fig, I love it. We have Sicilian orange, bergamot, patchouli, grapes, vanilla, and jasmine. So I like all of these notes. I really, really like them. And I love fig, I love oranges. I actually like this kind of grape sweet note. So this is an oud that is featuring oud, but then it's blended, it's mixed together with other fragrances, other notes that I really love. So that's why this oud is not just bearable, but actually very, very pleasant to my nose. And I can't really say this about many ouds, trust me. So another fragrance is, so we have this kind of candied lemon, candied oranges, like sweet and gourmand fragrances in general. So the problem with them is that they can be borderline kind of cheaper body spray type of fragrance. It can smell like that on your body. So how we avoid this? We simply get a composition, a fragrance that is not just this sweet and candid and gourmand, but there's other things that are going on in this fragrance. So we kind of shift from it being like plain candid orange gourmand fragrance to something interesting and elevated, like for instance this one. I've just I put it as an example. So this is Tony Caval, and this is lemon pie, and it smells exactly like lemon pie, and it's such a beautiful fragrance. I love it, and it smells exactly like lemon pie. I have to I have to repeat it because it is a lemon pie. So this is the fragrance. It smells like a lemon pie. Do we have lemon pies in body sprays, in body products? A lot. So we don't really necessarily have to pay this amount of money for the fragrance. So instead of this, I would suggest you get something like the candied oranges, candied lemons, or like tiramisu or whatever, but a bit elevated, like this one. This one is a Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana. And this one is a beautiful fragrance. It has candied lemon, but then it has also panna cotta as well, and orange blossom, rum, and vanilla. So if you are if you're checking the notes on Fragrantica, I deliberately said it has the panna cotta note because it's gourmand. But actually, I have seen the interviews of the creator of this scent, Olivier Crespo, and he didn't mention panna cotta. What he mentioned was a typical Italian Christmas cake, which is panettone, and it features candied oranges, candied lemons, and also raisins. So I'm not really sure it has panna cotta. I mean, the panna cotta smells like very, very sweet vanilla, some kind of maybe, but it smells like a dessert, sort of like a dessert, but it's also elevated. It's also very feminine. So we have this perception of a fragrance. Whereas this one in lemon pie, we have this perception as like it's a body spray. It doesn't mean that it's a bad fragrance. It's just that if you want to feel and to smell like a fragrance with that features sweet thing, go something for that, like that. If you want to smell right up like a dessert, you go for kind of a body spray type of product. It's a personal preference. It's a personal preference. I myself prefer something that is more elevated and that smells like a perfume that features this candied orange or panna cotta or chocolate or something like that, not just straight up chocolate body spray or any other type of sweet thing. I hope you understand. So next one is a fragrance that is featuring sandalwood. Sandalwood, why is it here in this video? Because sandalwood can come across as pickles sometimes. It's a kind of salty pickles type of sandalwood, and I suggest you go for something like that. It's not a pickly sandalwood. Some sandalwoods are really pickly and they smell like it, and I don't really like them. But this one doesn't. This one is Scandale Absolu by Jean Paul Gaultier, and it has the most beautiful fig, and then it has tuberose, and then sandalwood. So it's a very rich, beautiful, and really sandalwoody, beautiful woody notes. So here I suggest you should go and try sandalwood fragrances, because on your skin, depending on your skin chemistry, it can go like pickles way or not. So here you have just to try it, but be aware that some sandalwood can come across as pickles. Next one is watery fragrances. I have to warn you about watery fragrances. Why? Because watery fragrances, fresh fragrances like Davidoff, Cool Water by Davidoff, it's the most one of the most famous ones. They can be headache inducing fragrances. I know it doesn't make sense. I know it sounds unrealistic, but trust me, watery scents, fresh scents, they can induce headache. Just trust me on that. So for you to kind of, if you want a fragrance that has this kind of watery vibe, I would suggest you come across a fragrance that is something like that. So this one is Ocean di Gioia, and this was by Armani, and this comes across like a very, very like watery shampoo fragrance. It doesn't have any watery notes in it. Instead of that, it has green notes, it has citrus notes, but then the blend of all them, they give you this sensation of right out of the shower kind of scent. So it's watery, but it's also soapy, it's clean. And with this fragrance, I don't get a headache. Whereas with Davidoff Cool Water, which is one of the best in my opinion, I do have headaches. So just be attentive with fresh watery scents. I guarantee they can be really, really hard to use. So next one is a fragrance with salt, and I have a very, very difficult relations with salt. The majority of fragrances with salt that I've tried and or I own, I they smell funny on me. They something that is not wrong, it's not right with my chemistry. Of my chemistry, my skin chemistry is wrong for the salty fragrances. They straight up stink on me. Not all of them, but a big part of them. So I have this one, which is Celle de Say, and this is a male fragrance. I don't mind wearing male fragrances. So this is by Issey Miyake, and it has salt in it, but then also it has this kind of marine vibe to it. So instead of being like straight up salty fragrance, um, we have all array of fragrances that kind of gives you an idea of being on the like French Riviera kind of. So we have some ginger, seaweed, vetiver, cedar wood, and oak moss. So we have this Mediterranean type of scent, and it's a bit salty. So it has salt in it, but it doesn't smell funny on my skin. So look for something like that. So it's not straight up salt, but it kind of gives you some kind of imagery, some kind of idea in your head. So this one smells to me like south of France or Italy, so somewhere in the Mediterranean, Greece maybe. So it gives me this imagery. So I get salt, but I also get something else. Next one is, it can be tricky, it can be really, really tricky. White flowers. White flowers can be indolic, they can be really stinky, because this indolic part, it sometimes it's very, very stinky. So how I don't, I have to tell you, I don't mind this one. Out of all of this, I will have one more that I don't actually mind, but I know a lot of people mind. I know a lot of people do not like indolic white flowers. So how do we come across, not indolic? But again, only by testing, and also go to the fragrances that are like mainstream, that are perfumery shop fragrances rather than niche fragrances. Go to your kind of classic perfumery, and here I have a beautiful example of Valentino, and all of the Valentino Born in Roma fragrances, they are all around white flowers, and none of them are indolic, and none of them are unpleasant. All of them are very pleasant, very beautiful. So if you want, like here we have some jasmine, we have also some like black tea, and some sweetened kind of black tea, and some vanilla. So go for something like that. Go for something like the one that you can get in the store. So it doesn't mean that the fragrances in a store will not gonna be indolic, and those the niche fragrances will be indolic, but it's more probable that you will find a non-indolic fragrance in a perfumery store, in a classic perfumery store. So go for the Valentino line, Born in Roma. It's beautiful, it's amazing. We have something like a little bit of lemony, zesty, like Born in Roma Yellow Dream. We have also Kiwi, Coral Fantasy. We have the classic fragrance, and they're all about white flowers, but then white flowers with something, and it's never indolic. It's such a beautiful fragrance. So I suggest you getting this one, and then maybe with time you would like to see what indolic fragrances look like, and then you will just gradually go to more and more and more indolic fragrances. And but just to start off with the white flowers, because they can be tricky, start off with the ones in the classic fragrance store. So next one is a fragrance that, oh, it can be tricky. Yes, it can be tricky, but I don't really mind it. Citruses can be sharp, can be screechy, can be aggressive, can be borderline kind of home cleaning product. I don't mind any of it. I love all of them. So I actually forgot to show you the fragrance. I'm sorry, but you know this fragrance. This is I Love Love by Moschino. So it's a beautiful mix of citruses, and then we have some sugarcane and lily of the valley, and some musk and cedar, but not all of fragrances are very screechy and aggressive. I actually like the fragrances like this. This one is Verde d'Arancia, and this is by the Monoteme. So it has a green orange, and it has also the peel of orange. The orange peel scent. It's such a beautiful kind of bitter orange fragrance, and it isn't bad. It's just that I know that for some people it's gonna be too much because it's bitter, and for some people oranges are sweet, not bitter. For me they can be different. So go ahead and get yourself a fragrance that has a lot of citruses in the beginning, so you will get a beautiful citrus fragrance. And if you want a mono scent, then just go for something that says like sweet orange, Tarocco orange. It's gonna be amazing for you. And yeah, I do think it's the last one. The last one can be patchouli. So patchouli, I don't really struggle with patchouli. I don't struggle with patchouli at all, but there's some patchouli that I don't really like, which are like the kind of moist and kind of dungeon type of patchouli. I don't really like them. I like green. I like aromatic patchouli, which is like that. This one is on L'Interdit Absolu by Givenchy, and it has such a beautiful combination of scents, and it has a lot of very aromatic, because it's a unisex scent actually. We have some cardamom and lavender, we have neroli, jasmine, orange blossom, tobacco, rum, patchouli, and Haitian vetiver. So when it is all together, especially with tobacco, especially with rum, I can kind of see that it's gonna be dry. It's gonna be dry patchouli, and when it's gonna be dry, it's not gonna be moist. It's not gonna be this kind of dungeon-like. It's gonna be dry and aromatic, and this is the patchouli that I like. So my suggestion to you: try patchouli that are mixed with something else for starters. If you like it, then you go ahead and get yourself a mono patchouli fragrance. But first of all, you have to try the patchouli that are mixed with other notes. I can assure you, you can still feel it, you can still smell it. It's a nice patchouli. So start with a blend with other scents, and then gradually go to get yourself a mono patchouli. So I do hope that these ideas, these suggestions were of use to you. I'm sorry for my nose, for my voice. I can feel that it gradually goes down. I have some kind of I don't know, allergy. I don't know. So do let me know what fragrances you know out of those, and do let me know if you need help with some other notes. I can kind of tell you something maybe. Yeah, have a nice day, have a nice Sunday, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.